Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. So everything that I had, that I put in Talmberg Inn, right here if you remember, in the chest, is now here. Also, everything that I had in Skalitz, when I lost my weapon, when Runt beat me, is also here. But I'm not gonna take anything for now. I'm just gonna eat, go out to activate the DLC. DLC activated. Treasures of the Past, From the Ashes, Tournament, The Amorous Adventures of Bold Sir Hans Capon, Band of Bastards, A Woman's Lot. And right now, I'm gonna start A Woman's Lot. And you'll see why.
Have you eaten yet?
Yes, it was very good. Did you bake it yourself?
I did. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So what are we to do with you, Henry?
Have you got a moment? I'd like to ask a few questions about Skalitz. I don't remember much.
All right. What do you want to know?
How did you get me away from Skalitz?
It wasn't easy. Sir Robard and his men helped load you on a wagon and we harnessed an old nag the bandits had left behind. The soldiers escorted us all the way here, God bless them.
What about the bandits?
Sir Robard and his men routed them. They killed the few, but the giant who attacked you fled, and Zibishek with him. It won't be safe in Skalitz for a while yet.
Why would Zbyszek do that? I never thought much of him, but banditry?
He was always a nasty piece of work. Doesn't surprise me he joined them. If you knew what he did to me.
Tell me.
When those cumins, they call them, when the cumins came, Zbyszek pushed me out in front of them and fled. He sacrificed me to save his own hide.
That bastard! Where's the sword I had?
You had a sword? It's gone now. Those scum took everything, including your horse.
I don't give a damn about the horse. I stole it anyway. But my father forged that sword for Sir Radzig. I promised father I'd take it to him. I have to get it back.
Well, you can't. Just be thankful you're still alive.
What happened to the other survivors from Skalitz?
They sought refuge in Ratay, and some of the Ratay folk are none too happy about it.
And Matthew, Fritz and Matthias? Johanka? Did they make it?
They're alive. I heard Matthias is at the stud farm in Merhoyed. Johanka is in Sasau, and Fritz and Matthew, well, you know them. They're up to no good somewhere. The only trouble they'll be in is of their own making.
What about Sir Radzig?
Sir Hanush, he's the Lord of Ratay. He gave his lower castle to Sir Radzig, a place called Perkstein. Sir Hanush lives at the upper castle. The Skalitz folk have made camp in front of it.
How did you get away from those cumins?
You're wrong. If it hadn't been for you... When they came to the mill, they slaughtered everyone, and kept me for last. After you distracted them, I fled to the mines to find my brother, but he... My brother was dead, but I owe my life and more to you.
And I owe mine to you. The scales are balanced. I won't trouble you anymore. Let's leave it be.
I'd like to know...
So, how'd you like it in Ratay?
It's a big town with good strong walls, so I suppose we're safe here. And they took us in our hour of need, but for how much longer? They'll grow tired of us soon enough.
How are the Skalitz folk getting on?
They're alive, that's the main thing. They have shelter, but they're just scraping by. Ratay citizens aren't happy the town is full of beggars who don't look like leaving anytime soon.
Do you know anything about those cumin rapists? About... you know.
They came to Hungary from God knows where, and now they Well, folk tell awful stories about them. I hope I never see them again.
That's all. What actually happened to you in Skalitz? I mean, during the attack and... well, you know.
That's a long story. Not a very cheerful one. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
I do.
All right, then. It was a day like any other. Another ordinary day in my ordinary life. I awoke at first light, before the others. I like those kind of mornings best. When the first rays of sunshine quickly drive away the nighttime cold. Hello, you. Come here. And the breeze carries the scent of dew-covered grass and the bloom of spring. I wanted to get my chores done before the rest of the household was up. And this morning seemed made for that very purpose. Right, better get to work. I have to feed the hens, weed the garden, feed Tinker. I'd better get it all done before Papa is up.
So now we play as Teresa, and this takes place, like right now, this is one day before the Skalitz raid, with Teresa's point of view.
I must bring Tinker a piece of meat. That'll be a nice treat. There's no point in waking anyone before I've got my chores done.
Now up here, in this chest, there's some money, Bard Potion, loosens the tongue and lowers inhibitions, increases speech by 5 for 5 minutes, Lazarus Potion, and a Scarf. This Scarf will give us Charisma. And it's funny because that Charisma will help us persuade our dad. There is also a ring here that's gonna help with charisma and some money. So right now charisma is 10. We also get a dog.
Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
You will also get a dog as Henry. So this kind of serves as a tutorial, because when you feed the dog or praise the dog,
Good boy. That's my boy.
when you command the dog, you get more bond with him, and you also get more experience. And you can also see the dog stats here in the Sidekick tab. Sense of smell, obedience, current command.
Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks. That should do it. The garden is looking how it should again.
Now look at Teresa's neck in the shadow when you run.
What's the matter with you today, girl? You're like a lost soul.
What do you need, Papa?
Go up and see the blacksmith. He made some nails for me. Here's some coin.
All right. Anything else while I'm at it?
No, unless you want to stop off at the market and buy some supplies. And before you go, wake Samuel. The boy's still lying in bed and won't stir. He ought to follow your example and Stibor's. You two don't have to be pushed to work. Well, at least he's still better than that good-for-nothing Zbyszek. The lazy wretch. A helper like that isn't worth a damn. If it weren't for his father, God rest his soul, I'd have thrown him out on his ear long ago.
Now, Father, you shouldn't be so hard on Zbyszek. You know he hasn't had an easy life.
And who has, girl? That's no excuse for laziness. You could tell him to get his ass to work, too.
Right. Go for nails, send Samuel and Zbyszek to work. If it's at all possible.
Aye, just so. Oh, and Teresa, once you've done all your chores for the day, I've a little surprise for you.
A surprise, Pa? Don't you want to tell me about it now?
You were always as cheeky as you are inquisitive, just like your ma. I'll give you just a hint for now. I had something made for you, in Rate.
Oh. What is it?
Oh, you'll just have to wait and see. Now go and get on with those errands.
So, yeah, you don't need to pass this skill check, charisma check. Because you don't really get any information, but yeah, I wanted to show you that you can. If you get the ring and scarf.
Sammy, get up. It's broad daylight and the birds are singing.
Yeah, I'm up.
Have a bite to eat before going to the mine.
All right, Ma. You don't have to treat me like a child. Looks like it'll be nice today, eh? I could go to the pond fishing.
But you have to go to work.
I know. But maybe I can slip off after lunch.
There'll be no slipping off. You know very well Nemoy has been complaining about you.
What about dropping that pail on Tonda's head? It was an accident.
Not the first accident you've had, though, was it?
Well, there you go then. If I leave early, nothing'll happen to anyone. And you can cook the fish for lunch tomorrow.
You silly sod. All you ever do at the pond is lie around. The only thing you'll catch is more trouble from the mine master when he finds out. Well, if you're not a child, you can sort it out yourself with Nemoy.
Don't I always?
Pa says you're idle, and if you carry on like that, he'll throw you out.
Why would he do that? Then he'd be left only with Stibor, and Stibor's not going to break his back working either.
Listen, Zbyszek. Pa's not happy with you, and if he says you're idling, you'd better make a bit of effort. I'm only telling you for your own good. You wouldn't want to lose your job now, would you?
You lot are always going on about work as if it was a blessing from heaven. All right. I'll get to work. Anything for a bit of peace.
That's more like it. You'll see it doesn't hurt.
Good day.
How's it going, Stibor? Do you need anything?
No, I'll just be hanging around the mill today, carrying sacks of flour and that. and in the afternoon I'll go and check the fish trap. Then me and Pa have some matters to attend to in the evening.
What matters?
It's nothing to worry your pretty little head about, sister.
Oh, yeah. The Millers and their secret matters.
Aye, it's something like that.
So in the first episode, we got Henry's point of view of what happened here. In this one, we're gonna get Teresa's point of view. And that's why I like to play this DLC now, so that we get both perspectives and then just move on with the game.
God be with you, Teresa.
Now, while you are aiming at someone, down to the right you have a sick button. That's gonna send your dog and attack whoever you're aiming at. If you don't aim at anyone and you hold down the X button, you will call your dog to you.
To heal, Tinker.
And if you don't hold the X button, you just press it, you will whistle, which will call your horse to you.
No sign of the blacksmith. Where can he be?
Now, before we talk to Henry's mom, let's find Henry, because that's gonna unlock some dialogue with her.
God be with you, Henry. Mind you don't get hurt.
Good day, Teresa.
Whew. Pretty hot, eh?
Let's see some of his dialogues.
Are you talking to me? I don't see anyone else here, so... Take that.
Whew. Pretty hot, eh?
Take that. Ha! Ugh.
He's so badass.
I'm quite hungry. How about you?
Okay, let's move on.
God's blessings.
Father sent me to pick up nails, but there's no one at the fort.
Aye, sorry, lass. Martin had to go to the castle to talk to Sir Radzig. He's to forge a sword for his lordship.
Oh, I see. And has he made the nails for Pa?
I'm afraid he hasn't had time on account of that sword. But if you come tomorrow, he'll surely have them for you. I'll remind him this evening.
All right, I'll stop by tomorrow.
Do that, dear. Oh, and by the way, the girls were looking for you.
Which girls?
Bianca and Johanka. You should stop by and see them before you go home. You girls must be plotting something.
What was it about?
They didn't say, but it seemed important. Which probably means boys, I suppose, hey?
There's no harm in that, is there, good wife? You were young yourself once and went dancing with boys.
Oh, so I'm an old woman now, am I?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm only teasing you, girl. Dancing is just what you young ones should be doing. Make the most of it while you can. Before you know it, your pa will find you a husband, and you'll have a pack of children to take care of.
Let's hope it's not too soon. Thanks for letting me know. I'll stop by tomorrow for those nails then.
Not at all. Oh, and another thing, Teresa. Have you seen Henry around anywhere? If he helped his father out more at the forge, there'd be no shortage of nails.
So this dialogue is available only if you visit Henry first. And present Henry, the one that Teresa is telling the story to right now, will react to this choice later, once we're done with the DLC.
He's at the sheepfold by the stockade, learning sword fighting.
I might have known. How many times must I tell him? He ought to be learning his trade, not fooling around with swordplay. Thanks for telling me. I'll deal with him later.
Like present Henry will mention some of these choices that we make here in this DLC, which is really cool. I don't know if you can see it, but look at Teresa's shadow. The head there. You can see two holes. That's because eyes, for some reason, don't cast shadow. Which is really fun.
Teresa, I'm glad to see you.
My pleasure.
Bianca, how come you're up so bright and early?
Papa has me running around from dawn till dusk. You know how it is.
Indeed I do.
I'm glad you're here, Tess. You've got to help me with something. But first, can you go and see Henry for me? He's at the sheepfold by the stockade, as usual.
I know, I saw him.
Aye, he's getting ready for the life of a mighty warrior.
Well, at least we know he'll be able to protect you from outlaws with wooden swords.
Oh well, boys and their games. Listen, would you bring him a beer from me?
But why don't you bring it yourself?
If Pa saw me running after Henry, he'd tan my hide. But I can't leave him dry in this heat.
All right, I'll bring the beer to him.
Thanks. And don't forget to tell him it's from me.
Everyone knows all the beer in Skalitz is from you and your pa.
You know what I mean. And listen, Tess. Once you've given him the beer, come back to me again. Meanwhile, I'll make an excuse to Pa. I need you to go somewhere with me, but I'll tell you all about it after. Run along before the beer gets warm. God be with you, Teresa.
I brought you a beer. I'd say you'd need it after a hard battle.
Ah, great. It's as hot as Pa's Forge out here today. That's very sweet of you to get me a beer.
Actually, Bianca sent it. Her pa doesn't want her to come here.
Ah, I see. I'll make it up to her this evening.
I don't want to know how. How come you're training on your own today? You're usually here with that vagabond. What's his name?
Vanyek. And he's not a vagabond. He's a wayfaring combat master.
Well, it looks like he's off wayfaring somewhere else today.
Yeah, more likely sleeping off last night's boozing. Actually, since I've no opponent today, wouldn't you like to have a go? I mean, a bit of swordplay. I could teach you.
Me? Swordplay?
Sure. Why not?
All right then. I accept your challenge, young sir, but I must warn you, I can swat a mouse with a broom with my eyes closed.
Yeah, I knew you had the heart of a warrior. Let's go then. Come on then. Show me what you're made of. Whoever is the first to hit the other 10 times is the victor.
What if I hurt you, though?
Ah, don't worry. I can handle it.
It doesn't matter if you win this or not.
Don't go easy on me, Hal.
Ah, very good.
Henry! Really? Now that is hardly chivalrous behavior. Now, I shall have to fight for my honor. Take that, you scoundrel! Are you alright?
It's nothing, I'm fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Are you mad at me?
No, of course not. It's my own stupid fault.
Well, that'll teach you to go around slapping decent, God-fearing girls on the backside. Let me have a look at it.
No, it's only a scratch and a couple of splinters. And I didn't mean to, you know.
Show me that.
Ah, really, it's nothing.
You know how it is, Hal. He who lives by the sword
Dies by the splinter, eh?
There now. By the way, you owe Bianca for that beer.
How are you?
How are you, Teresa?
How are things with you, Pickman?
Pickman? I thought only the fellas at the mine called me that.
Oh, sorry. Samuel sometimes mentions you, and I suppose I got used to it. Does it bother you?
Ah, what's the difference? I'll never shake it anyway. Pickman the idiot who chopped off 2 of his toes with a pick.
That's awful. People are always getting hurt in the mines. How did it happen exactly?
Just not paying attention, I suppose. We were digging a tunnel and I simply hit my foot with a pickaxe. It went through my boot like a hot knife through butter.
That must have hurt awfully.
It hurt like hell. And now I have to stuff the tip of my boot with straw or I can't walk straight.
I'd better be going. There's lots of work to be done. Be careful now, all right?
Yeah.
Now, there's no need to do this, but I do like to talk to all named NPCs here. Hear their stories, background, some gossip. So I'm gonna do that now. Her dialogue is really fun.
God save. What can I do for you?
Any news, Maruna?
Well, there's a peculiar fellow standing by the potters on the outskirts, selling strange trinkets, relics and the like, and he's got a peculiar talk to go with it.
Peculiar in what way?
Well, I went to see what he was selling and greeted him politely, and he started on about how I'm a pretty girl and what have you.
What's so strange about that? Fellas are always talking to girls that way if they don't wear a wife's scarf.
Ah, but that's not all. He started on about how we're different from one another, men and women like, and in a vulgar way too.
So, what did he say was the difference between men and women?
He said a woman's body is the opposite of a man's, that they've got their, outside, and ours is inside. And that it's because men have more heat inside their bodies, and that pushes their things out, but we're colder, and so we've got it inside. Do you think it's true, what he says?
Yes, that makes sense.
It does, doesn't it? But I won't go investigating it.
I'd rather not say anything on the subject. Take care of yourself, Maruna.
Greetings, Tess.
God bless you.
Mother of God! You look like you've been assaulted.
What's new with you, Antonia?
My husband keeps complaining about a cough and a running nose. With all the moaning he does, you'd think you ought to call the gravedigger. And then, in the evening, he ups and off to the tavern. Men. They get a tickle in the throat and they think they're dying. But put a tankard of ale in front of them, all of a sudden, they're right as rain.
Just thinking of it makes me tired.
God be with you. Do you need anything?
What's new in the village, Yarmila?
Did you happen to meet that scholar who's been wandering around here since yesterday? He told me a wonderful story from olden times when Princess Libusa ruled. You've heard about Libusa, haven't you?
Of course. She was that soothsayer who founded Prague, right?
Aye, that's what they say.
And what did that scholar tell you about her?
About the Maiden's War. Would you like to hear it?
Maiden's War? That sounds like a good story. Tell me about it.
Girls were different back then. In pagan times, they could live... How did he put it? Free of the yoke of marriage. They bore arms like men and waged war. And they chose their own leader. And they even dressed like men. Can you believe it?
What happened to them?
He said they were so bold that they even built their own fortress, where no man was allowed.
They really did that themselves?
Oh, aye. And when the menfolk found out, they were envious. They came together in great numbers and built their own fortress in sight of the Maiden's one.
What? Men and women lived separately in their own castles?
They did, and they waged war on each other. The men were braver, but the women often outsmarted them.
Naturally. How did it end up?
In the end, they agreed on a truce. To celebrate peace, they feasted for 3 days, and each man took away one bride.
Oh, I was expecting it to end differently.
I'd be happier too if the women won and could grab any husband they wanted.
A pretty picture indeed. Thanks for the story. It was quite inspiring. I must be going. Our fortress is still ruled by men, and they haven't learned to clean up after themselves.
God be with you.
How are you getting on, neighbour?
What is it, Teresa? Did your father send you? Does he need me to count his groschen for him again?
What? Father wanted you to count groschen for him?
Yes, not long ago. Quite a pile he had too. I had to write it all down for him. I never knew the mill was that profitable.
That's interesting.
Deutsch's house is still clean.
May the Lord watch over you, Tess.
Very nice little detail.
God bless. What can I help you with?
What's new in the village?
There's to be a dance this evening. Again. Can we not find some other way to enjoy ourselves for a change? Harvest Festival, Pentecost Festival, dances, church, and dances again.
What else would we do for fun?
I heard they have combat tournaments in Rattay sometimes. The men put on shining armour and folk can watch them battering each other. That must be lovely to watch. Why can't we have something like that once in a while? After all, Sir Radzig is the royal hetman.
But for a tournament you need knights. We don't have enough here in Skalitz.
Ah, but Sir Hanish's tourney in Rattay is even for commoners. Even our fellows could enrol there.
Oh my god, don't say that too loud. I can just imagine how my brothers would be tripping over each other to enroll.
They wouldn't be the only ones, would they? How about that Henry? He's always waving that wooden sword around like you'd think he was getting ready to go on crusade. But there's an interesting thought now. Which of our fellows do you think would win?
Henry would win for sure. He's always practicing with that wooden sword, like you say. And besides, he's a blacksmith's son. They're always strong from hammering iron all day.
Do you think so? Don't say anything, but I think that Henry's a bit of a fool. And he doesn't overwork himself at that forge.
Anyway, enough about tourneys. I must be on my way. Take care.
Love it. Let's see, who else can I talk to?
God be with you, Teresa.
Good health to you, Teresa.
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
What news, neighbour?
News? Have you not heard, girl? The Empire is falling asunder under the hands of the king.
How do you mean?
King Sigismund of Hungary besieged Kuttenberg, and quite rightly too, in my opinion, because King Wenceslaus' rule is no rule at all. I am not the only one who would rather see his brother Sigismund on the throne.
I agree. If Wenceslaus can't rule properly, he should leave the job to someone else. And why not Sigismund? He's certainly decisive.
Just so! But better not say it aloud around here. There are those who would shove their ignorant opinions down your throat.
God be with you.
What news, neighbour?
Have you heard that King Wenceslas's half-brother Sigismund and his foreign soldiers sacked Kuttenberg? I expect he wanted to loot his brother's silver to pay for his campaign against his allies. That horde of Tartars and mercenaries he has doesn't come cheap.
I heard something about it. Were many people killed?
No. Those cowardly burghers surrendered to Sigismund without a fight and begged him for their lives on their knees in the mud.
Why would King Sigismund turn against his own brother like that?
He wants to depose him, that's why. He and those foreign lords of his think Wenceslas isn't paying enough attention to the problems of the Empire. Well, that's easy to say, but if you ask me, the whole world is going to hell. Not even the church is able to stick together, and now we have 2 popes? How is a person supposed to know what to believe in anymore?
What do you think will happen?
It's starting to stink like a few years ago. You were still a little girl then, so you wouldn't know, but Wenceslas had to yield to his own lords. Jobst of Moravia and his League of Lords even abducted Wenceslas and locked him up in Austria. Wenceslas's younger brother John and his cousin, Prokop of Moravia, got him released in the end.
Well, at least some of his family remained loyal to him.
Well, yes. Only John and Prokop had to make some concessions to the lords in Prague that the king didn't agree with, so they fell out with him in the end anyway. I don't reckon they'll be willing to come to his aid again.
The more I hear about politics, the less sense it makes. I must get back to work.
Good day.
What news, neighbour? I haven't seen you here much. Where are you from?
I live at a farm beyond the village. Vincent's my name. I know you, though. You're the miller's daughter, right? Your brother helped us with the harvest one year.
Right, I remember that. It was before Samuel started working at the mines.
He's in the mines? I thought he'd be working at the mill with your father.
My older brother Stibor does that. Papa doesn't think the mill pays enough to feed us all, so he got Samuel a mining job. He said it's as good a job as any. And it ought to toughen him up a bit. The mill will go to Stibor one day, and his wife, when he finds one.
And what will happen with you?
I really don't know. I've got too much work to do today to find time to think about tomorrow.
Well, it'll catch up with you sooner or later.
Good day.
What news, neighbour?
What do you want, mill wench? Did your old man send you? I paid him for his flour last week.
No, nothing like that. I was just passing the time of day.
Then go and pass it with someone else. I'm not in the mood for women's gossip. Just like my old woman, by Christ.
Where is she, anyway? Your wife, I mean. She's been away quite a long time, hasn't she?
She went to see her family. Said her brother died. What's it to you, anyway?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Bah! She never said a word about him, and all of a sudden she goes rushing off all the way to Costalet saying he's kicked the bucket. Aye, she's been gone a long time. Far too long. Brother or no brother, I'll take my belt to her backside when she gets back. Anything else?
Has it crossed your mind that maybe she's not coming back?
You're saying she's left me? What the fuck do you know about it? Clear off back to your mill. I've no time for your tales.
I'd say that answers my question. Good day to you. I've seen you in Skalitz, but I've never spoken to you before.
No, not many people talk to me.
Why is that?
Why? Because I'm a stranger here, and people would rather look after their own than strangers.
Why are you begging?
I lost everything. I had a wife, a home, children. I had cattle and sheep. Then foreign soldiers came and took it all from me. They killed and burned. Only I survived.
What soldiers do you mean?
I don't know. One soldier's the same as the next. I fled far away to this peaceful land, as far as I could from the scene of my suffering.
I'll give you something. Wait.
A few groschen will do.
Here you are. At least you can get yourself a bite to eat.
Oh, thanks 1,000-fold. God sees your good deed and will watch over you.
Greetings.
What news, neighbour?
I'll be off to work soon. I'm taking turns with Dushek in the East Gallery. It's a tough job there. A cramped space and only one support so far. Hard going it is. That's why Nemoy is sending us in shifts.
Why aren't you resting at home if you'll be off to the mine soon?
The wife's not well, so I'm doing what I can to lighten her load. Carrying water, picking up things at the market, peeling vegetables. You know yourself.
That's very good of you.
Well, when I'm sick, I'll send her to do my job in the mine.
God be with you. What can I do for you?
What's new in the village, good wife?
Oh, all sorts, lass. Or nothing at all. Depends how you look at it. There's talk enough about everyone. What interests you?
Have you heard anything about what's going on at the castle with Sir Radzig?
I have. Blacksmith Martin is making him a new sword, and some engraver from far off is decorating it. No doubt it'll be a fine piece of work.
Have you heard anything about Henry and Bianca?
I'm surprised the innkeeper lets that young fellow court his daughter. I don't think he's in any hurry to make an honest woman of her. But maybe she's keeping it secret from her pa.
Have you heard anything about Johanka?
Well, it seems to me she's been making eyes at young Matthias. But the silly sod hardly notices she exists. You're friends with her, aren't you? You ought to know if there's any truth in it.
Oh, aye. Johanka has had her eye on Matthias since last harvest.
Ah, I thought as much.
What have you heard about Fritz and Matthew?
That pair. Carpenters, they call themselves. If you ask me, the only thing they'll be building is gallows for themselves.
Any news about Master Fafar?
Master Tobias is a good soul. That dance this evening is all his doing. He arranged it with Sir Radzig. I wonder why, though. Unless it's just to spread his wealth among the common folk.
I wonder what people are saying about my brothers.
Well, no offence, lass, but it's well known Samuel has no fondness for hard work. As for Stibor, to tell the truth, no one's said anything much about him. Oddly enough.
Are people saying anything about me?
Ha! There's talk about everyone, lass. But I can't go telling folk what others are saying about them. That wouldn't be right.
I'll leave you to it, good wife. God bless.
God's blessings.
How are you doing, Jane?
Huh. Have you seen that vagabond by the gate?
Who do you mean?
That stinking beggar who's always skulking around there. I swear he eyed me like a demon when I went past carrying water. There's something not right about that fella. Mark my words. The catchpole ought to send him hopping. We've no need for beggars and idle good-for-nothings in Scarlet.
You shouldn't talk about folk like that. We ought to be charitable to people in need.
Need? What he needs is to get off his lazy arse and find work.
God be with you.
How come you're not at the mine, Tonda?
I did my backing, and then I sent me home. But I'd rather be back in my winch. Grab a good hold of it, and keep it turning so fast it'd make your head spin. It ain't for nothing they call me Tonda the Winch.
Easy now, Tonda. If you're not careful, that winch will be the death of you.
Greetings.
What's new in the village?
Everyone is flapping around because of this dance. Sarasic has promised a roast pig, and they are behaving like it is manna from heaven. My God, you would think they never saw meat in their lives before.
I think it's very good of his lordship. Will you not be going then?
Yes, I will go, only to see this foolishness for myself. But it is not from the kindness of Sarasic, it's Master Fafar who is paying for this.
And that's pretty much all named NPCs inside the town that you can talk to. Let's go talk to Bianca now.
God save Teresa. God be with you. What can I do for you?
What else was it you wanted from me?
You brought that beer to Henry then?
I did.
Uh-huh. And what did he say?
He had no one to train with, so we had a bit of swordplay together.
You playing with swords?
Yes, and as it happens, I did quite well. Actually, a bit too well. I hit Henry on the hand and wounded him.
Really, Tess? I never knew you were such a warrior girl. He had it coming, the donkey. Maybe it'll dampen his enthusiasm for adventure. All right, but now I can tell you what I wanted. Fancy a walk in the woods?
Right now? You want to court me in the shade of the pines?
No. I need to pick herbs for distilling schnapps. Henry's favorite.
Henry's favorite? I see.
Yes. I'd like to give it to him tomorrow.
I might have known it'd be about Henry again.
Well, you know how it is, Tess. Don't worry. You'll find a fella one day.
That's easy to say when you work in a tavern where there are fellas swarming around you all day. All I see at the mill are sacks of flour.
What about Zbyszek?
Zbyszek? I'd rather settle for a sack of flour.
I suppose. Your pa would never let Zbyszek have you anyway. Not long ago, when he had a few too many, I heard him say how he was going to get you the richest husband for miles around.
Oh, Pa. I hope that was just the beer talking. What herbs do you need?
I've got almost everything except belladonna. I know a clearing where the best plants grow.
Belladonna? But that's deadly poison.
It is, if you don't know what you're doing. But don't worry, I haven't poisoned anyone yet.
Why don't you go and pick it yourself?
Pa won't let me go on my own. They say a wolf was seen in the woods recently.
A wolf? Hereabouts?
So they say. But it was old Blaha who claimed to see it, and he's never sober. Still, I wouldn't want to go there alone.
Couldn't your brother go with you?
Adam? He'd shit himself if he saw a wolf. And besides, someone has to take care of the tavern. But he could lend us his bow. Good thinking, Tess.
Thanks. So, you're going to borrow a bow from Adam, and then you want me to go with you to pick belladonna in the woods?
Actually, it's not entirely that simple. Adam won't lend me his bow. The last time he did, I broke the string. You'll have to get it from him. Anyway, I don't know how to shoot. But Stibor taught you, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
It doesn't matter. If the wolf sees a bow, he won't come near us. So will you go and ask Adam? You know he's always liked you. Just give him a wink and the bow is yours.
You might be able to do that with Henry, but me, well...
Come now. You're as pretty as any lass in the province. And once you've got the bow, meet me on the bridge by the lake, alright?
Alright, I'll help you. But next time I want something from you, I don't want to hear any excuses about how you have to see Henry.
Deal. You're an angel, Tess. Pa? Me and Teresa are going to pick herbs. Adam, keep an eye on things here while I'm gone.
Yeah, sure. Just be back before the place fills up in the evening. How are you, Teresa? God be with you.
I heard you're a really good archer. And that you've even got your own bow.
Yeah. I've got a bow. I made it myself. And I can hit the tree behind the tavern at 20 paces.
Good heavens, that's amazing. Would you lend me your bow for a while?
Lend my bow? To a girl? Well, I don't know, Teresa.
Hey, Adam. If you lend me your bow, I'll dance with you at the next celebration.
Oh? You would? Really? Alright, here's the bow then. And some arrows. Take it all.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Now Bianca went this way. And since I'm here, let me show you something. So, vitality. You can raise vitality by running, surmounting obstacles, and fighting enemies. So you can jump over the fence to level up vitality, you can jump normally, you can fight enemies, or you can just run to level it up. Now, if you really wanna level up vitality, for example, with Henry at the start of the game, you can get in here and then just start jumping. Because you see that my stamina is going down, but I'm not wasting time on animation. And that still counts for leveling up vitality. So running into this, and because the ceiling is too low, the jump animation just doesn't trigger. I don't intend to level up like this, but it's there if you need it.
God be with you, Teresa.
Now, before I go on a quest with Bianca, I wanna visit Johanka to get some lockpicks.
Regards to your man.
I'll tell him.
Sore knees, backache, bellyache. Whatever the ailment, I've got the remedy. How are you?
I'm wounded. Have you got something for it?
By all means. I'll have a look at you and we'll see. If you've got the coin for it, of course.
You know what? I've changed my mind. I'll get fixed up some other way.
As you wish.
Now, you can buy bandages and marigold plant from this guy in order to speed up one of the next segments in this DLC. But I'm not gonna buy anything. I'm gonna get all of that during that segment.
Johanka, what's up?
I was asking around for you. There's something we have to talk about. Are you going to the dance this evening?
I'd like to go and have a look, if I have time for it. Why? Do you want to borrow my dress?
No, nothing like that. I've got a dress, but I don't want to end up dancing on my own, if you know what I mean.
What? You want me to dance with you?
Imagine what folk would make of that. No, silly. I want Matthias to dance with me.
So, what's the problem? Just go and tell him. You've had your eye on him since the Harvest Festival. Surely you must have noticed by now.
He hasn't. I'm at a loss what to do.
Can't you just go and invite him straight out?
You must be joking. What if he doesn't like me? What if he's more interested in... No, not a chance.
What is it you see in Matthias? What about Matthew or Fritz? You'd have it a lot easier with those two. All it takes is a twirl of your skirts, and they'll be fighting over who dances with you.
Fritz? Are you serious? He's an idler and a half-wit, and he stinks. And Matthew isn't much better. For all his smart talk, he's as slimy as a toad. But Matthias is handsome and kind. He's sweet and honest and handsome.
I get the feeling you think he's handsome.
Well, he is.
So you'd like Matthias to take you to the dance, but you don't want to tell him?
That's right.
How in heaven's name do you want to do it then?
Easy. You're going to steal his lucky dice.
What? How is that supposed to help, for Christ's sake?
If you can get your hands on it without him noticing, he'll be looking everywhere for it. He'll be wandering around saying to himself, "Where did I put that damned dice?" And then I'll turn up. God be with you, Matthias. You didn't by any chance lose your dice? And he'll say,
"Aye, Johanka, I did. Where on earth did you find it?"
"Oh, I found it near the tavern. You know there's going to be a dance there this evening." And then he'll finally get the message.
"Oh, the dance. Yes. Johanka, wouldn't you like to go with me?"
"Of course. I'd love to go with you, Matthias. Thank you for asking." Then he'll take me by the hand, and he'll look... Never mind that. Well, that's how it's going to help. More or less.
You can't be serious. That will never work.
It will. Please, Tess. He loves that dice of his. He'll be overjoyed when I give it back to him.
Why don't you just steal the dice yourself?
And if he caught me doing it? You think he'd go dancing with me then? Except maybe to the bailiff. But you... Well, you're a miller's daughter and... Well, you know what they say.
Right. We're all a pack of thieves. I might have known. All right, then. I'll help you.
Thank you, Tess. Bring the dice to me as soon as you have it.
Hang on, though. How am I supposed to find it?
He was saying at the tavern yesterday that he keeps it in his trunk when he's not going to play. Go and see Fritz first. I heard he's always got some lockpicks, whatever he wants them for. Anyway, no doubt he can show you how to use one.
Me? Pick locks? Johanka, aren't you going a bit too far?
Well, then maybe you can get hold of his key somehow. But whatever you do, don't get caught. And not a word to Matthias, for the love of God.
Now the treasure chest isn't here in this DLC, unfortunately. Humans haven't brought it yet.
Good day, Teresa.
Anyway.
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
How are things, Matthew?
Teresa? It's unusual to see you here. Come to see the 8th wonder of the world, have you?
What would that be now?
Fritz, working. Well, that's a sight you don't see every day.
I'd say that's the pot calling the kettle black. You don't look too busy yourself.
Why overdo it? Jesus was a carpenter too, but how many beams do you think he made, eh?
Matthew, that's blasphemy.
No, it's only a harmless joke. You don't have to look at me like the parish priest did at Kunesh, when he spewed over his pew.
Ugh, don't even remind me. Well, I'd better be going. Work to do, you know.
Don't overdo it now.
Greetings.
What's new, Fritz?
I don't know. Oh, actually, I do know. There's going to be a dance this evening. Are you going?
Maybe. I've got a lot to do still.
They say it's going to carry on tomorrow too. And they'll be roasting a pig. Can't miss that.
So I heard. I wonder how come Sir Radzig allowed it.
No, it wasn't his lordship's idea. It was Master Faithfar's.
Master Tobias? Why would he do that?
I don't know. Maybe he just wants to show off his wealth. I'd have roast pig and dancing every evening if I had his coin.
Listen, Fritz, I hear you know something about opening locks without a key.
Sure. All you have to do is charge at the door, shoulder first.
I don't want to break down a door. I want to pick a lock.
Ah, you want a lockpick then?
Shh, not so loud.
Well, I can give you some. But you know what they say. Not even a pig grunts for free.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Who says that?
Mostly me. And everyone thinks it's fucking clever, so bugger off.
Hey, Fritz, how about giving me a couple of lockpicks for free, eh? After all, we've known each other since we were little.
Alright, but just this time. If you break them, don't expect to get more for free.
Just 2?
You said a couple, didn't you?
Okay, so this quest can be completed in a couple of ways. The first one is to just get the dice.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
Listen, Matthias. Fritz and Matthew have been looking for you. It seemed very important. You should hurry.
Really?
That's funny. I can't imagine what it's about, but if it's as urgent as you think, I'd better go and see what's up.
Now, while he's going,
Who's there? Who are you?
I want to do this quickly before Dad gets in.
What was that?
They didn't see anything. I'm also gonna go and hear their dialogue, because it's fun.
What is it? I heard you were looking for me.
Not me. Hey, Fritz, did you want Matthias for something?
Not unless she's grown a pair of tits.
Perish the thought. He's a big enough twat already.
Aye, we're not the kind of twat I've got any use for. Someone's having you on, Matty, me lad.
Fuck. I ran across the whole village on account of it.
You must have worked up a thirst then. Since you're here, how about going for an ale, eh?
And get a sausage or three for the long walk back.
And pay for everybody, right? Fuck that. I'm going home. God be with you, Teresa. Hey, Fritz and Matthew didn't want me at all. What the hell are you playing at?
They're just fooling with you, I suppose. You know what they're like.
Huh. Someone's trying to make a fool out of me, all right.
Now, before he comes back home, let's get that dice.
Ointments, all fresh.
Just need to be careful of Mom and Dad.
Good health to you, Teresa.
Let's see the dice. Playing die that brings Matthias luck. I heard he carved it himself from bigger dice. This dice has a higher chance to fall on 1 or 6.
Good day to you. What do you need?
About Matthias.
Yes? Tell me everything.
I've brought you his dice.
I knew you'd do it. Thanks. This is great. I'll bring it to him. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
Come right up, good people. Herbs for your kitchen, as well as health-giving decoctions. God save you, Tess. Healing herbs, ointments, all freshly prepared.
God be with you, Matthias. Listen, I found this dice. I believe it's yours.
My dice? But how? I thought it was in my trunk.
No, I found it outside. It was lying on the ground by the tavern, where the dance is going to be this evening.
That's odd. I could have sworn I put it away. Can I have it back?
People will be dancing all around there. They'd trample it into the ground for sure. It's a good thing I spotted it. Although, I don't suppose I'll be dancing this evening. No one's asked me.
I see. The dice? Please?
I'd put on a very pretty dress. And after the dance, I'd walk home with the boy who danced with me, if anyone asked me.
I'll take you, all right? And you'll give me my dice back.
Really? You'd take me?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. I'll see you this evening.
Right. Sure. Wait! What about my dice? Oh, for the love of God.
Okay, now I'm gonna reload and do this differently.
I've got the remedy.
Just 2.
You said it.
Okay, so I'm also gonna ask him to teach me.
Will you teach me how to pick a lock?
Sure. For a few groschen.
Are we agreed?
That's not enough. It's easy as fuck, unless you're all thumbs. Listen, you've got to find a spot where the lock catches and press on it. And only then can you turn it. Nice and light though. No jerky movements. Like when you're caressing a girl's... that is,
I get it. Thanks.
Okay. Let's go caress some locks. Gonna wash myself quickly. Just in case. And now...
Mother of God! Teresa, what are you playing?
I can still go in and loot the chest quickly.
Don't think I won't call the catchpole on you. Teresa, I'm glad to see you. What the hell was that?
Don't worry, Matthias. Don't worry about it too much. Just come out here.
I must have imagined.
Must have been the wind. And then... quickly rob.
Hey, look out.
Now this time I won't give him the dice. I'll just yoink it for myself. In the end, it won't matter, cause Henry will not receive this dice. So all the loot from this DLC will stay in this
what are you
DLC.
hanging around here for?
Good day.
Tell me, Matthias, what do you think of your hunker?
Johanka? Yeah, she's a nice girl. She helped the lads and me out of a few scrapes. Actually, she's always been good to us. Why do you ask?
I suppose you'd like to go to the dance this evening? If you have someone to go with, you could ask your hunker. If you do, I'll dance with you too.
No offense, but if I wanted to dance with you, then I'd invite you, not Johanka. Besides, I don't want to ask anyone. I'd rather just get drunk with the lads.
Your hunker's a very nice girl, all right. Haven't you noticed maybe she's nice to you more than the others?
Me? How do you mean?
She's shy. You know how it is.
You mean... she likes me?
Supposing you were to ask her to the dance this evening.
Really? You think she'd go with me? Well, I suppose I could, but... wait, though. Maybe I should have a bit of a wash first. What do you think?
Don't beat around the bush. Just go and ask her. There's nothing to it.
Oh, all right. I'll try it.
Come on. Go. Let's do this. Now he's sitting there thinking, how is he gonna go about it?
Come right up, good people. Herbs for your kitchen.
God save Teresa. Good day to you. What do you need?
About Matthias.
Yes? Tell me everything.
I had a chat with Matthias and told him everything.
What? Oh my God! You traitor!
But he said he'd be happy to dance with you.
I can't believe you'd... Wait, what did you say?
I said he'd be very happy to dance with you.
Just like that?
What more do you want, an offer of marriage? He'll come to you and invite you. That's all.
He's coming here! Oh my God, I have to get ready. Thanks, Tess. Thank you.
Come right up, good people. Herbs for your kitchen, as
Here we
well as
go.
health-giving decoctions.
Let's hear this out and do Bianca's quest.
Johanka. God be with you. Well, There's that dance this evening, and... Yes, what? Ah, I see. I wanted to ask you. All right. Yeah, I'll pick you up this evening. At dusk.
No idea why her voice is muffled there, but it always happens. Okay, now. There's a bird's nest here that I can shoot. So yeah, you can shoot down birds' nests with a bow. And sometimes get some really expensive stuff. Since I have lockpicks now, I can show you how to get some savior schnapps.
Greetings.
So one is here, in the inn. There are more chests to loot, but there's no point. I have 4 lockpicks. Okay, let's do this. Marigold decoction may be useful as well. Bandages for the part that comes later. And there's more savior schnapps this way.
Good day, Teresa.
So now I have 11 schnapps, which is more than enough for this DLC.
We'll have a good dance.
Endless bloody work. At least we've no time to get bored.
And your good self.
I'm going this way because there's a guy I want to talk to. Should be there. Near the shrine.
Soul of Christ, sanctify me. Body of Christ, save me. O good Jesus, hear me. Within thy wounds, hide me. Permit me not to be separated from thee, from the malicious enemy. Defend me. In the hour of my death, call me, and bid me come unto thee, that I may praise thee with thy saints, forever and ever. Amen.
Why are you praying here?
It was here that it happened. Me and my son Božek. We were carting tree trunks from the woods, but the wagon fell into a pothole. I told Božek to put branches under the wheels so the oxen could haul it out. Once he had it done, I cracked the whip. The beasts pulled, and then there was a terrible crashing sound. I had the timber tied down as always, but the rope must have broken under the strain, and as the wagon jerked forward, the tree trunks began to roll out of the wagon, and Božek was beneath them.
Mother of God.
When we buried him, I agreed with the bailiff to erect a cross here. I made it myself, and now I come here to pray in Božek's memory.
When did it happen?
2 years ago. I've been coming here ever since.
Do you have any other family?
A wife and 2 children. My daughter doesn't live with us. She's married to the tailor in Rattay. My son helps me with my trade.
I'm very sorry. Next time I'm in church, I'll pray for Božek too.
That's kind of you. Thank you.
I'll leave you in peace. God be with you.
There's a guy here I can talk to.
How's the work going, Master Potter?
Just fine, until you came along. Do you think I've time to waste on idle chatter? I've work to do. Why do you think I live here, away from town? I live here so no one bothers me with stupid questions.
Well, forgive me for greeting you politely as I passed by. Next time I need a pitcher, I'll go to the Potter by the river, so as not to waste your valuable time. Good day to you.
Then take these miraculous herbs from the distant Orient. An unfailing remedy for you and for your livestock.
I don't know you, unless my memory deceives me. Where are you from, and what are you doing here?
Have you not noticed? I'm saving lives. I came from far away Sasau to avert great misfortune.
My God, what misfortune?
Oh, the misfortune of the world, my dear. For misfortune walks not over mountains, but over men. I have artifacts that will avert mine cave-ins, swarms of locusts, bloody rain, and flaming swords. Not to mention, say, unhappy love, perhaps.
Do they really work?
Have you ever seen bloody rain?
No. I haven't.
There, you see. I have remedies for all woes, and an answer for everything.
Maybe that kind of talk might invoke those woes.
Have you ever heard it said that no one can be a prophet in his own land?
Yes. What's that got to do with anything?
Well, here am I, far from my own land.
What are these peculiar goods you're selling here?
Things that bring good luck. Or bad, if that's what's needed. What are you after? No, wait, don't tell me. I know just what your heart desires. I have here an amulet that will ensure your safety and your whole family's forever. Girls like you are always keen to have one.
Really? An amulet can do that?
Most assuredly. But unfortunately, I just sold the last one. However, I do have something even better.
What is it?
A map! Have you heard of the Scarlet's treasure?
Scarlet's treasure? No.
My dear child, you ought to ask your parents about it. Everyone knows about the Scarlet's treasure. But no one knows that I have a map to it.
Then why don't you dig it up yourself?
Me? A spiritual man? Please, I have no interest in worldly wealth. But you can have it for only a few groschen.
Sure.
If it leads to treasure, as you say, how could I refuse? Satisfied?
Well now, a little more and we'll shake on it. Here you have it. Happy hunting!
Okay, let's check it out.
Relics of the rarest... My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
Let's see the other things he has. Bone powder of Saint Thomas. Flowers. French altar candle. Kiefhauser crystal. Mandrake root. Mint. Powdered unicorn horn. Rosehip wine. Sage. Salt of Saint James Madonna. Urim and Thummim. Wolf fangs. Protects against distracted thoughts and clouded sight. Protects against evil forces and spells. Disperses nightmares. Carried on the bosom for 2 months. It will cure infertility. Powdered unicorn horn. Causes impaired manliness. Grapes grown on a rose bush. Miraculous taste and healing powers. Purges the air of all ailments and disease. 2 powerful stones, Urim and Thummim, which the ancient Jewish fathers used to foresee things yet to come. Now she's gonna wait a bit longer because there's a dude here. Not gonna take anything else because I don't need anything else. There's also a guy here I want to talk to.
Good day, Teresa.
How are you?
How are things?
As always, the sun rose and I expect it'll set again, God willing. You're the miller's girl, aren't you?
That's me, Teresa.
I'm Julian, I'm a woodcutter. I don't think we've ever spoke before. Oh, you've got a lovely dog. What's his name?
We call him Tinker because he always pricks up his ears when he hears the rattle of pots and pans. Pa got him as a tiny pup from some executioner who has lots of dogs. Imagine, the executioner hadn't the heart to drown the pups. I suppose that's why he has so many dogs.
He's a fine fella. I'd love to have a dog like that to take on walks in the woods.
Try asking around the village. Someone might have one for you.
I asked the butcher. He's got a nice dog too. A good guard dog. Always barks at me when I go past. Only the butcher misunderstood what I was after.
How's that?
He thought I was after a dog for meat.
Dog meat is all right. Red and juicy. A bit like lamb.
I wouldn't fancy it. After all, it's a dog. I'd have to be really starving to stoop to that. I'm glad you stopped by for a chat. But I must get back to work now.
Okay. Let's do the quest.
I've got the bow. We can get going.
Great. Come with me. May the Lord watch over you, Tess.
God be with you, Bianca.
Hey, Teresa, wait. There's a magpie's nest somewhere on that tree. Last time I was passing here, I saw that bird carrying something shiny to its nest. Listen. Since you've got a bow, why not try and shoot the nest down? Adam does it all the time, so I'm sure there's nothing to it. I wonder what could be in that nest. What about that nest, Tess? Or do you want to keep going?
I had a look in the nest.
Yeah? And what did you find there?
There was a ring in it. Looks like silver.
Really? Holy Mother of God! I always wanted a silver ring. But you're the one who shot it down.
You can have it.
You're giving it to me? Tess, you're the best friend ever. Thank you. I'll wear it to the dance this evening. Come on. Let's go and pick those herbs before it gets too late. Last time, but no one reported anything in Scarlet. Do you think they skidded up the road and something devoured them? Maybe a wolf?
I thought you didn't believe in the wolf.
I don't. I didn't. Better keep going. Come on. We'll turn into the woods here and go uphill a bit. Follow me. It's a sweet little garden, isn't it? I never met anyone here. But it's always well kept. Probably some witch. Who else would keep a garden in the woods? It's a shame that witch doesn't grow belladonna, too. Did you hear that? We'd better keep going, alright? God save Therese, we're nearly there. We'll go along the road here, and then back into the woods. This is the place. I'll start picking, and you keep a lookout.
Shouldn't I help you pick herbs too?
No, I'll manage fine on my own. I'd rather you kept your eyes peeled for that wolf.
What should I do if the wolf turns up, though?
You've got a bow, right? Don't think about it. Just shoot him. Besides, you've got Tinker. Although, I'm not sure he's any match for a wolf.
How long will it take you?
Just a short while. Don't worry. But while I'm at it, I'd like to pick enough to keep me going for a while. Just keep watch, and I'll tell you when I'm done.
All right, I'll keep watch. Just make it quick.
I'm glad I remembered this place. It seems no one else knows about it.
Now, since Teresa wants Henry for herself, this is how it ends for Bianca. Also, that's my ring. Wow, the way he died on Bianca, I love it. Yep, this won't be sus at all. Yeah, let's go back. I'm joking. Let's do this properly.
I'm glad I remembered this place. It seems no one else knows about it. Mother of God! It's the wolf! Teresa! Do something! Chase that beast away!
Look what I've got for you. You'll love.
So yeah, obviously this is not a wolf, but it is believed that there are wolves here. And you can even see it on the map. Like, the map is so detailed. I love it. There are wolves here, some guy riding a boar, fox with a chicken, miners in the mine, some witches here, beekeeper. Lots of nice little cool details. Humans coming from this side. I can't zoom out here from this map, but when you play as Henry, you can zoom out and zoom in to smaller parts of the map and see other little details for specific regions. And it's really nice.
Good day, Teresa.
I thought those rumors about a wolf were just idle talk.
Idle talk, indeed. If I'd been alone, that beast would surely have devoured me.
Did anything happen to you?
No, I'm fine. Thank God. It's a good thing you came along.
Did you manage to pick enough herbs?
Yeah, I did. Fortunately. I'll brew plenty of that liquor. Enough for you, too. As a reward.
All right. Thanks. That was a funny-looking wolf, don't you think? I reckon it was actually a wild dog.
Wolf or dog? It was a monstrous beast. Henry will never believe this.
What will you do now?
I'll go back to work at the tavern. There's been quite enough excitement for one day. Thanks for coming with me, Tess. And don't forget to come and see me tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, now let's take a look at the treasure map. To the right we have Skalitz, to the left we have like house on the water. To the left there's a stream and there's a fallen tree on the stream and there's a log also where the treasure is. So when you take a look at the map, there's the house on the water, there's Skalitz, and there's that stream that goes to the left. And over here you see some trees going over the water. So let's go there. Okay, let's see what's in that nest. Nothing. Amazing. So there's the fallen tree from the map, there's a log, and there's a treasure, which has money, Nighthawk potion, and a pad food potion. Improves your hearing and lightens your step. Lockpicking, pickpocketing, and stealth is increased by 5 for 10 minutes. Now you may think this treasure doesn't have anything special, but that Nighthawk potion is really good for the next segment. You'll see when I get there. Now there's a guy I want to talk to here. Before I go there, let's see this question mark.
God be with you, Teresa.
So here we're gonna have some archery contest. Before we do that, let's talk about archery a bit. First, I wanna save. Now, when you equip your bow, you lose the aiming dot, and then you wonder, how do you shoot a bow? How do you aim with it? Well, on PC at least, you can turn on the dot with console command. So you can press tilde button and then type WH_PL_ show fire cursor 1. And then unequip the bow if you have it equipped. Then equip it again. And now you have the reticle. But even with the aiming dot, the arrows don't necessarily fly where you're aiming. So what you can do, let me remove the aiming dot. It's the same command, just at the end put 0 instead of 1. Unequip, equip. Okay, the dot is gone. So, you basically need to get the feel for the bow, because arrows from different bows will fly differently, like further, shorter. It all depends on a bow and an arrow that you equip. And your archery in general is affected by strength, agility, vitality, and in the end, by bow skill. So the advice that I can give you is that you need to find your own reference for aiming a bow. And what do I mean by that? Well, for example, let's use the tip of the arrow to aim. So I'm gonna fire the arrow when it's on the black marked area on the target there. And let's see where the arrow flies. As you can see, it went slightly above to the left. Okay, so what if I aim slightly lower to the right? And there it is. So my advice is to find a reference point on how to shoot, whether that's the arm, the knuckle, or the tip of the arrow, and practice. Another thing that I want to mention is that when you aim, your character sways left and right. The character while aiming never sways up or down, so you can also find that vertical reference point. Let the character sway left and right and then just go with the sway, go with the flow. So now with all of these advices, you've become a master archer. So let's do the contest.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
Is there someone here who'd compete with me in archery?
Sure, there's always arrows flying here. First, I'll explain the rules to you. You shoot 7, 13, or 21 arrows, depending on who you're shooting against. The straw surround is worth 1 point, the white ring 2, and the bullseye 3. Whoever finishes shooting first gets 3 extra points. The round ends when everyone has finished shooting, and whoever has the most points wins. It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see? The better the archers you shoot against, the higher the stakes.
All right, that seems straightforward.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at anything but the target. Otherwise, you're out. Got it?
Got it.
How good are you with a bow, so I can find you a suitable opponent?
Master.
I reckon I can take on the best.
Bold words. Well, we'll see. We'll see. The best archers shoot 21 arrows. Splendid! Here's some arrows for you, but you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. Everyone is in place. The contest can begin.
So as you can see, I'm not moving the bow up or down. I'm just letting the sway do its thing. Now, the time you need to draw an arrow depends on the bow. Stronger bows that require more strength will need more time for you to draw an arrow, but the arrows will also fly further and deal more damage. And then depending on your skills and preferences, maybe you won't like the strongest bow, maybe you'll like faster one more. There are many bows in the game and you never know which one you'll like the most. That guy will finish first, so he will get extra points, but
Teresa, I'm glad to see
that doesn't matter.
Time is up. We're done here, and the victor is Teresa.
And with that, I want to go this way now. Ooh, there's a grave here, but Teresa cannot dig graves. Now, I want to go this way because there's a guy I want to talk to.
God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
Holber, what's new? How's the work going today?
Work is work. What more can I say? Do you need anything? Samuel's probably in the gallery. Unless he's slacking off somewhere again.
Don't tell me Nemoy's been complaining about him again.
Again? He never stopped. Maybe you should take over from your brother. We could use a hard-working girl like you here. You could help with sorting the crushed ore, like the other girls.
I could, if I didn't have so much to do at the mill.
True. I suppose you don't have it easy as the only woman in the house. Besides, you have Nemoy watching you like a hawk.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Just, you know what they say about millers.
Oh, aye. You need to watch your back with us millers. One wrong word, one crooked look, and next morning they might find you in a flour sack all ground to a pulp.
What?
I'm only yanking your pizzle, Holber. You mustn't believe everything you hear.
No, you're right. Sorry. I know you're a good lass.
Stealing the king's silver is a capital crime. You get the pyre for that.
Why do you keep going on about it? What's it got to do with me? I keep telling you, I don't know nothing about any silver. I'm a miller. Flour is what I know about. If someone's stealing silver from the mines, why don't you talk to the mint master about it?
Well, we did. He was the one that brought it up.
It's our job to ask everyone who lives nearby if they saw anything suspicious.
Then good luck with that. Because in case you haven't noticed, everyone around here lives near the mines.
Aye, but some live closer than others. And then there's also the fact that... how to put it?
We're asking you because, well, you're a miller, right?
Oh, I see. Since I'm a miller, I must be a crook. Is that it?
No, but you know what they say.
Aye. They say you lot can hardly find your own asses. Never mind a thief. You're keeping me from my work, young fellas. So if we're done here, farewell and good luck.
All right, Miller. If you should happen to hear anything, let us know.
Before I talk to Dad, there are two gentlemen I want to talk to this way.
When has reading ever filled anyone's belly, eh? I feed a whole family with these two hands, while yours are only good for pulling your own cock.
And tell me, what can a peasant like you know of God?
I know what the priest told me, and what do you know?
And what if the priest lies? What if the scriptures say something different? How would you know when you can only listen to what you're told like a sheep?
It's enough for ordinary people to listen, and they're fine. But you and your ilk make only trouble. Someone ought to put paid to you, and we'd have peace at last.
Like I say, you're like a wretched sheep that will go where it's told, even to the slaughter. And of God and the world you know nothing.
When has reading ever filled anyone's belly, eh?
What are you two quarrelling about here, for the love of God?
This pipsqueak here claims studying is as hard a job as working in the stables.
I most certainly did not, because study is of course much harder work than mucking out a bit of horse manure.
See? That's what I'm talking about, and yet it's as clear as day.
Hang on, what's as clear as day?
That study is as hard as mucking out stables, if not harder.
A man who doesn't work with his hands is an idler, and a good for nothing. Am I wrong?
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions before answering. You're a scholar. What are you doing in Skalitz?
I'm on my way to Sasau with letters. This ingrate here is stabling my horse overnight before I continue my journey.
What does your work involve, student?
I'm no student, but a baccalaureus, having completed the trivium of the Faculty of Liberal Arts in the University of Prague. Grammar, rhetoric, and dialectics are my work, while this yokel wouldn't be capable even of learning Latin. Father arranged that I will serve as a teacher in Kuttenberg for 2 years before returning to the university to attend the quadrivium. To teach and be taught, that is real work.
You serve Sir Radzig at the castle, don't you, Master Groom?
Aye, and Sir Radzig is very pleased with my work. I can be rightly proud of what I do, and I bring home a nice wage too. The children are fed, and the wife can buy herself a nice scarf from time to time. I'm satisfied with my lot. How many people can say that?
What's so hard about your job, Master Groom?
That's real work. Not like this parasite here does. On my feet from dawn till dusk, feeding, mucking out, grooming. By evening, I'm dead on my feet. I'm doing something real, see? Something that makes sense. Horses are needed for work, for the lords, for riding out, even in times of war. And someone has to care for those horses. All this good-for-nothing can do is mouth off. But he'd never be able to do a real job.
That's all I need to know. You're both right, but not one of you has a grain of sense. Work is work, whether it's done with your hands or your heart.
Ah, rhetoric worthy of Socrates himself, and out of the mouth of a woman. I bow to you, good maiden. The professors of Prague could learn a thing or two from you.
Are you saying this good-for-nothing here, who has to beg for his beer at the tavern, is my equal? But to hell with it. I won't argue.
Okay, now one last thing I want to do is, since I won the archery contest, I think Teresa deserves better clothes.
God bless.
God bless you.
Okay, I'm gonna buy this one. Charisma 17.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, sir.
Your wish? Just a few little things. That's it then.
This is all I can give.
Is this enough?
That's not enough.
It needs to be.
Aye, that would do it.
How can I be of service?
There we go. Now, let's go back.
I went for those nails, but the blacksmith is with Sir Radzig today.
All right, leave it till tomorrow then. No hurry. Right now, I need something else. Quick.
What's up?
The guards were here asking around. They said someone's been stealing silver from the mines. Can you go and tell Stibor? He went to check the fish trap below the bridge.
Why? What has Stibor got to do with stolen silver?
Look, just talk to him about it, all right?
But I'm asking you, Father. Don't tell me you don't trust your own daughter.
Well, if you really must know... Yes, the silver is ours. It's just a way of making a bit on the side, which I came up with when Samuel was born.
What? Are you mad?
Look, you and Stibor were just little, and when your ma died shortly after Samuel was born, I wanted you to have something to fall back on if anything happened to me, so you wouldn't be reduced to beggary, see?
Why didn't you tell me about it? Don't you trust me?
No, it's not that. I didn't tell anyone at first. But then Stibor saw me with a sack of silver, and when he asked me straight out about it, well, I didn't want to lie to him, and I didn't want you and Samuel to know about it. The less people know about it, the less chance someone might let something slip. Besides, I didn't want to put you in harm's way.
Samuel works in the mine, Pa. If you get caught, he'll be blamed too.
As long as no one knows nothing, we've nothing to worry about. That goes for Samuel too, Teresa. Don't tell him anything.
So, the talk about dishonest millers isn't just idle gossip. You and Stibor are stealing silver from the king's mines? Father, they burn people at the stake for that.
Oh, it won't come to that. The king won't miss a few sacks of silver, but it will save us from poverty. Surely you can understand that.
The king's silver? All right, I'll go and tell Stibor.
Oh, good lass, thanks. And hurry. The guards might come to the mine any time, and then it'll be too late to do anything.
Pa sent me. The guards were here asking about silver going missing from the mines.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. All right. All right. Listen, Tess. I need your help.
Not so fast. First, tell me what the hell is going on.
All right. Look. How can I put it?
There's no point in beating around the bush. Pa already told me plenty.
Thank God. So you'll help me?
Sweet Jesus. You fellas haven't the sense you were born with. But family is family.
Thanks, Tess. I'm sorry to drag you into it, but I can't manage it on my own.
Where did you hide it?
That's the thing. It's at the bottom of a flooded shaft. Samuel was working there before.
You dragged Samuel into it too?
No. Samuel knows nothing about it.
So why don't you just go and get it?
I don't know how to get to it.
For heaven's sake, Stibor! Do you know where it is or not?
Yes, but you see, when I was carrying it out, they stopped me. I was standing on this wooden walkway and I dropped it over the edge so they wouldn't catch me with it. And now I don't know how to get to it. All I know is it made a splash when it fell.
And how are we supposed to find it? Go crawling through the whole mine?
No, I've got an idea. Samuel knows that area. He'll know how to get to the shaft.
Oh no, Stibor, forget it. You're not going to drag Samuel into your dangerous games.
Christ, no. What do you take me for? All he has to do is draw a map, and we'll do the rest.
Wait, I want to ask you something. How did you get mixed up in this?
Not long ago, I saw Pa hauling a sack of silver ore. I kept asking about it, and in the end he had to tell me what was going on.
God almighty, the king's silver? If you have to steal, couldn't you take something that wouldn't cost you your lives as well as your souls?
Around here? Like what? Cabbages?
Why are you doing it? You're not going to mint your own coin, surely?
Of course not. We just sell it to someone, but Pa deals with that. I don't know much about it.
Why are you helping him?
Well, he always gives me some of the money he makes from it.
Money won't be much use to either of you on the pyre. Where do you take the silver?
Pa takes care of that. Someone comes to pick it up.
Who does?
Some slimy kind of fella. I don't know what his name is. He serves some lord, but I don't even think Pa knows who that is.
That's all I want to know for now. Are you sure it's the same shaft where Samuel was working?
Definitely. There's no other flooded shaft in the mine. Remember when everyone was talking about how they hit a spring and had to abandon it?
All right, Stibor. I'll go to Samuel and get the map from him. Have you got something I can give him to draw it with?
Here. Give him this. I try to get it from him without giving the game away. Otherwise Pa will have a fit if he finds out.
I'll do what I can. Where is Sammy now?
Where do you think? I saw him heading for the fish pond as usual to avoid work. Once you have it, come and meet me at Wenceslas Corridor on the hill. I'll be waiting there.
Now, if you know the quest, you can skip the map part, but I want to do it for the sake of completion.
Relics of the rarest kind, blessed by the folk itself.
Náš tatíček nebo štíček, daj jim pán Bůh nebesa, požírali staré baby na trapáči do lesa.
Od neděle do neděle hraj muziko veselé. Gatiska má roztrané, sláma trčí z prdele.
My humble greetings. How may I serve you?
So, are they biting?
Well, so far, no. But there's still plenty of time before evening.
Why aren't you at work?
I was given some time off.
Time off? How come?
I smashed my foot with the pickaxe.
Mary, Mother of God! Are you all right?
I'm fine. It was just a pretense. I needed a break.
Really, Sammy? One day you'll really get hurt, and then no one will believe you. Sammy, I need something from you.
Oh, Tess, I just got ready for fishing.
Don't worry. You don't have to go anywhere. Remember that mine shaft where you used to work before it got flooded?
Yeah, it was a deep one. We went down that morning, and we were up to our knees in water. Master Fafar said that always happens when you dig deeper than the drainage had it. We dug a well to slow it down, but even that wasn't enough.
Do you think you could draw me a map of the way there?
Why? What on earth would you want that for?
Good day, Teresa.
Stibor dropped something there.
Drop something? What?
Never mind. You really don't want to know.
For Christ's sake, what the hell are you mixed up in now? Oh, well, whatever. Show me that, I'll draw you a map.
Thanks. I'll run to him with it right away.
So, can we go and do it?
Let's see the map.
I got that map from Samuel. What now?
Great! Well, first, we've got to get into the mine. That fool Nimoy is keeping watch. It'd be best if we split up. I'll get rid of him, and you can sneak in.
I want to ask you something. Why do I have to go inside? Why don't you do it?
Well, remember when we used to play hide and seek?
Yeah? You could never find me.
And you always found me immediately, because I was useless at hiding.
Yeah. You always had something sticking out.
Exactly.
You're right. Best if I do it.
For sure. There won't be many people inside now. Most of the lads will be outside eating. But even so, watch out.
Tell me again where I can find that sack.
It's somewhere in that flooded shaft. It's a good thing I was on that walkway when they stopped me. Otherwise I'd have had nowhere to drop it. Only now, you have to get down there.
Who caught you? And how did you get out of it?
The miners, of course. I told them I was looking for Samuel, but I still got a hard time from the guards for being there at all.
That's all. All right. Let's get it over with then.
Once I get rid of him, you sneak inside past the bushes. And take a torch with you. It's as black as pitch in there. Just make sure no one sees you, though. Good luck, Tess.
Before I go in, I want to hear the dialogue.
Hey, Nimoy, you rogue! Come here a minute.
What do you want, Miller's boy? Looking for that clumsy brother of yours?
What's he done now?
He knocked one of the supports and nearly brought the whole shaft down. And then he tried to put the pickaxe through his foot.
Hang on, though. If the shafts are that easy to knock, that's bad carpentry, ain't it? It's Fritz and Matthew who are to blame.
You came here to tell me how to do my job?
No, not at all. I've got a nice little deal for you.
Right. I know you Millers and your nice little deals. I ain't interested.
Now, Nimoy, that's not very polite of you. I'm an honest man, and I've got a fair offer for you. The Lord is my witness.
That'll be the day. All right, spit it out then.
I heard you've got a sickly cow you want to get rid of.
God, keep your voice down. You don't have to tell everyone she's sickly. Who told you anyway?
Easy, Nimoy, don't worry. Sickly or no, I know someone who'll buy her from you.
Oh, yeah? Who?
You know Peshek, my uncle at Ratai Mill.
Forget it. It's enough that one of your brood is trying to bury us all alive here. Besides making pacts with the crook Peshek. That's all I need.
You're lost then. Take care now.
Good day to you.
Okay, so now I have to reload and go in. Let me see, what's making noise on me? Slippers. Nightgown. Dress. Scarf. And this.
Hey, Nimoy, you rogue! Come here a minute.
What do you want, Miller's boy? Looking for that clumsy brother of yours?
What's he done now?
Not one of
So now I just run. Don't pay attention to anything.
Pa, dancing's not for me. I'll go for the booze, but you won't catch me prancing around like a buffoon.
Ah, it's not about the prancing, it's about the girls. When you take one for a whirl, you can have a good feel what she's got under her dress. Bring it on.
Now they're gonna attack when you wait. And that's okay. I wanted to hear their dialogue.
Gone weak at the knees, have you? Oh, slaughter you. Where could he have vanished? He must be here somewhere.
Now there's a guard here that I like to let go to the left. So pause for a bit and then run. Then go right and then you can go either left or right. It doesn't really matter because both left or right lead to the same spot. Let's go left.
My, that's a hell of a drop. Better be careful.
Now, if you chose the right path, you would end up here.
Oh, that's cold. But this must be the place Steeble was talking about. Now to find that wooden walkway. I wouldn't want to get lost in here. The walkway. The sack must be here somewhere.
And it's right here. Now you can go back the way you came, or you can jump from this rock here. And then when you jump, you don't want to hold forward and jump. You want to jump and then in the air go forward. To jump up here. Because over here is something really cool. Look at that. A very nice Easter egg. A Polaroid camera with some schnapps and a pet food. Teresa kinda looks like a ghost on that photo. Now I can equip everything. And then just leave. Because there's no one guarding this entrance to the mine. There's a big chest up here. You can come back here later as Henry to open it.
How are you, Teresa?
Hello. And you exit right here. Now I want to go back to the bro, tell him that job's done. He doesn't have to sit in front of the mine.
I've got the silver. What now?
Thank heavens! You've no idea what a relief that is. I knew you could do it. Take it to Pa for me, please.
I found the silver in the mine.
Not so loud. Oh, good work, lass. Leave it here, and I'll take care of everything. Thanks.
I'd like to say I'm glad to be of help, but I'm not, Pa. It could have ended badly for everyone. Very, very badly.
Tess, you know I only want the best for all of you, don't you?
I do, Pa. I know you mean well. Just... please, be careful, all right? You and Stibor.
Don't worry, lass, we will. Thanks.
What about that surprise you promised me this morning?
Well, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Besides, you deserve it, after helping us with that silver. So, I had a dress made for you in Rattay. A very fine dress indeed. You'll be the prettiest lass in the village.
A new dress, Pa. But I don't understand. Why?
Well, you know, you're not a little girl anymore. You're a young woman now, mature and clever. Cleverer than me, for sure. You surely don't want to live here at the mill forever. Samuel's able to take care of himself, and after all that's happened, you don't want to end up with the kind of life me and Steebor have.
What is it, Pa? Why did you buy me that dress?
Look, Teresa, you're old enough to be married. It's about time we did something about it.
No, Pa, no way. I'm not going to get married yet. But I'd like to see that dress, though.
Look here, Tess. I found you a suitor. He likes you a lot, and he's a gentleman of good standing.
What? And you didn't even ask me about it?
I didn't want to bother you with it until it was arranged.
So it's all arranged now? Behind my back? You arrange a wedding for me and I don't even know who I'm supposed to marry? You can't be serious.
Teresa, Tess.
And are you going to tell me who it is? Or will I find out at the altar?
Don't worry. He's a decent man, a nice man. He's even close to the nobility. And he's rich. He'll take care of you. There's going to be a fete at the tavern this evening. Sir Radzi gave permission for a pig roast, and...
Who is it?
You can just have a chat, dance a little, and who knows? You might like him.
Are you going to tell me who it is?
It's Chief Engineer Tobias.
Tobias Fafar?
Aye, that's right.
Well, Master Fafar is a nice man. Yes, Pa. And certainly rich. But he's no spring chicken. To tell the truth, he'd never have crossed my mind when it comes to marriage.
Listen, we can talk it over, but the decision is mine to make. You've got to think of your future, Teresa. Master Fafar is a respected man, and that respect will extend to his wife and children too.
Children?
For heaven's sake, lass, don't be so naive. You were born a girl, and raising a family is what God made you for. Unless you'd prefer the convent. Go to the tavern this evening and let Master Fafar spend a nice pile of groschen on you. You'll have a great time, you'll see.
Show me that dress, then.
It's in the trunk here under the window. Once you've done all your chores, get dressed up and off you go.
Let's go.
All right, Teresa. Time to grow up. Put on that lovely dress and go and meet your groom. Well, there's no point in dragging it out. Papa will tan my hide for not going to that dance. Oh well. I'd better see him and face the music.
We had some trouble with the guards.
What? Are they on to us?
No. We managed to hide everything before they got to us. They were just feeling us out.
Good. The coin is stashed, as always. The chief sends you his regards. Farewell.
Good fella. That's my boy. Look what I've got for you. You'll love this.
Those fuckers.
Mother of God, what happened to you?
What do you think? I was attacked, that's what. By that horse on Henry.
God in heaven, like little boys. You're nicely bruised.
Do something about it. I'm bleeding.
Show me that. I'll bandage it for you. I've got something here.
Get on with it then.
Enough of your impudence. What were you lot fighting about anyway?
That bunch of vandals was throwing manure at the Deutsch's house, and when Hans shouted at them to stop, they attacked us. The fuckers.
Manure, eh? That explains your new fragrance.
Ha ha! Fucking hilarious. But I'll get them back. Don't you worry.
God have mercy. You boys are never happy unless you're fighting. Now go and lie down in the mill for a while. You won't get much work done in that state. Goodbye. Here, chickie, chickie, chickie. Here you are, girls. Fill your beaks.
Where did you get to yesterday? Master Pfeiffer was here. He said he waited all evening and you didn't show up.
I didn't go, no.
Well, that much I figured out.
Have you any idea how I felt? With some old man waiting there who I hardly know, who wants to marry me?
It's the way of the world, Teresa. Pfeiffer is a wealthy man. He'd take good care of you.
And in a year or two, I'd be a rich widow? Is that what it's all about? Don't you care at all what I want? Everything isn't about money, Father. You ought to know that yourself. Would you rather have money or have Ma back again?
Enough! You will not speak like that to your father. You'll go there today if I have to drag you. Master Pfeiffer is paying for the whole tavern for 2 days, and you don't even show your face there. The shame of it. One day you'll realize I only want the best for you.
But...
And now enough of your defiance. I don't want to hear another word. Now go to the blacksmith for those nails. Right away.
Now on the way, let's talk to Johanka and Bianca.
How are you, Teresa?
God save Teresa. God be with you. What can I do for you?
So, how did things go with Matthias?
I can't believe it. He came to me of his own accord. What do you make of that?
Well, it wasn't entirely of his own accord.
I know, you're right. Thank you so much, Tess. Maybe after all it's a good thing you didn't take his dice. It might have just made him mad and then he'd be in no mood for dancing. But where were you? I didn't see you there at all.
I wanted to go, but Father arranged a suitor for me. We were supposed to meet there.
Really? Who?
Master Engineer Fafar.
Master Fafar? He's as old as the hills. Oh, yeah. I don't blame you for staying away. I'm sure your pa means well, though.
Backache, bellyache, whatever the ailment, I've got the remedy.
Greetings.
Let's have a look at Deutsch's house. Look at those details. Amazing.
Good day, Teresa.
Mother of God! You look like you've been assaulted.
So, did you make use of those herbs?
I did. The brew is ready, and I made some for you too. Here you are.
Thanks. Although I really don't know what Henry sees in it. A real man should be sure of himself without having to swig schnapps all the time.
You might be right. You know, he even drinks it before we... You know.
Please, that's more than I need to know. Disgusting.
Disgusting, yeah.
Do you want your bow back? No?
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
What about those nails, Henry?
Here you are.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering. Will you be going to the dance this evening? I hear you had a disagreement with Zbyszek and Deutsch.
A little. Sorry, it got a bit out of hand.
No need to apologize. I hope that idiot Zbyszek got what he had coming. I can't stand him.
Well, I thought, since he's from the mill too...
Well, you thought wrong. He's a pig. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Červená se jablíčko, zahrát se nám zdálo. Můj milej nic nevidí, na něj, že se smálo. Ztratilo se jablíčko v travičce vysokej. Můj milej ho nenajde, bude ho mít jinej. Rozběhlo se jablíčko ze stráně u řeky. Můj milej ho nechytí, uplave na věky.
Father! Bust! You swine!
What's happened?
Zbyszek! They're everywhere!
What?
They're killing everyone!
What?
Zbyszek, we have to... We have to...
Shit!
Elkaptam, gyertek segíteni!
Let go of me!
Gyertek!
Let go of me! No, let...
Ez az ember olyan akár egy megvazult kanccal!
Get off me!
Fogd rendesen!
You bastard! Please, stop, no, stop!
Picsába, nyisd ki a kurvát!
Leave me alone!
Franc! A faszom dökjen beléd, vagy valami hegyesebbre? Fogjad! Kurva! A faszba, László! Te siket kretén! Egy lány van ott bent! Nyisd ki!
Now Teresa can stealth kill enemies. She cannot equip human armor. So you can keep your sausage. Then let's go this way.
Samuel! Oh my god, I hope he's safe. I've got to find him.
Megjött a mulatság.
Now, if you take a look at the map, there are 3 objectives, A, B, and C. C is the proper way to go, and the only way to go. But I'm also going to explore A and B, for the sake of exploration. But that way is a proper way to go.
Sakura, there's no way through here. I'll have to find another way.
Here you also get savior schnapps. And some bandages. So, let's use it right away.
Mi azon?
God have mercy. I'll never make it past them. I hope Sammy's found somewhere to hide. I'll have to try a different entrance.
Now let's go to entrance C. I'm gonna take off noise gear.
Azt hitték, hogy elbújhatnak a galéba.
Hé! Mit csinálsz ott?
Ragazzi, Kieran.
Matthew.
Teresa? Oh.
He's still breathing. You piece of shit. The guy lad. Oh, I told you to fucking die. Teresa. Oh, thank Christ you made it. What about your pa and Steve-O? Oh.
Have you seen Samuel?
Yes, he's inside. But listen, Teresa. They cut him up real bad.
We'll
and-
take you to him. It ain't safe out here.
Fritz, go and tell the others. We'll set off in a while, as soon as the sun sets.
We should barricade the passage behind us, in case any of those fuckers follow us.
Yeah, do that. Teresa, Samuel's lying over there.
First, I want to ask you about something. What happened to Samuel?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there when it happened. But he must have been here in the mine when they came in. He's lucky he got out of it alive.
Yeah, the others weren't so lucky.
How many of you are here?
A dozen or more. We ran to the mines when all hell broke loose.
We've been waiting here since then, for the right moment to escape.
What happens next?
We'll wait for nightfall and then creep out. Let's hope those devils will be too busy looting to notice us.
But where do you want to go?
We still have to decide. Probably Tomberg. Rovna's done for, and there's nothing else anywhere nearby.
What if the fuckers attack Townburg too, though? I reckon we should head for Sasau.
Sassau's a long haul, Fritz. But if there's no other option, we'll see.
Thank you. I'll go to my brother. Don't leave without us.
Teresa.
Samuel, you're alive! When I saw you lying there all still and... I thought...
Teresa, help me. Please. I'm hurt. It hurts, something awful.
Where does it hurt?
Everywhere. It's bad. Teresa.
Sammy, what is it?
Teresa. I don't want to die.
Oh, Sammy, you're not going to die. I won't let you die. I'm here with you. How did it happen?
Those heathens cut us off in the shaft before we knew what was going on. They were already inside. It was awful. We couldn't see a thing, and we had to get past them. And one of them got me. I didn't even see him coming. It was so dark, shouting and screaming.
There now, Sammy. It's all right now. You got away from them.
Yeah, those bastards were more interested in the silver.
Show me that wound.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
So the dialogue with this icon is first aid skill check.
It's not as bad as it looks, Sammy. You'll be all right. Your guardian angel was watching over you. You lost a lot of blood, but the bleeding stopped. You'll be all right.
If you say so, sister. What about Pa and Stebo? Where are they?
They hid. We split up. But I saw them running to safety. Nothing can hurt them now.
Maybe they'll have better luck than me.
Listen, Samuel. We've got to get out of here. It'll be getting dark outside, and we won't get a better chance.
I don't know if I can. But you're right. If the bleeding has stopped, let's go. But we've got to find Stibor and Pa. When? When did you see him last? Maybe they're hurt.
There's no time for that now. I'll tell you everything as soon as we get out of here. Come on. The others are waiting by the entrance to the mine. Come on. I'll help you. Which way do you want to go?
We'll try going past Rovna. It seems there's not so many of them that way. But Teresa, what about Samuel?
Samuel? He'll come with us, of course.
Teresa, he can hardly stand on his feet. He's lost a lot of blood.
What are you saying?
He's a tough one, I can't deny. But we'll have to be quick on our feet, and Samuel would hold us back.
Matthew, surely you don't expect me to leave him here?
It's your decision, Teresa. I'm just telling you how things are. And I'm afraid, even if he did go with us, he'd never survive the journey. I'm sorry.
We can make a stretcher and carry him. Have you got some rope here? A piece of canvas?
We can't run with a stretcher. And anyway, hauling him like that would only injure him more, and drain our strength.
Then you go, and I'll stay here. Send help as soon as you get to Tarnberg.
Are you sure, Teresa? You ought to go with us.
I can't leave Sammy here, Matthew. He's all I have left. I'll nurse him, and we'll wait till morning. You get to safety and tell them what happened here. Sir Divish of Tarnberg is a good friend of Sir Radzig's. He'll do what he can to help.
It seems there's no changing your mind. There are torches in the mine, and you should still be able to find some water for bathing Sammy's wounds. You should change his bandages too.
Thanks, Matthew.
Teresa, if...
May the Lord watch over you. Matthew.
I'll send some help back from Tarnberg. Stay out of sight.
I love how those fires look in the distance.
These bandages are soaked through with blood. I'll have to change them. And I should get something to heal the wounds. Some marigold, at least, so the wounds don't get infected. And water for cleaning. Matthew said there should be some in the mine somewhere.
And this is the part I mentioned before where you need bandages and marigold. There's some here. I already have 6. But the game also offers you to find linen.
I can't leave. I have to take care of Sammy.
Instead of bandages. And linen you can find on bodies outside. You'll see now when I get out. So there should be some linen up here, some loot here, and marigold here. So, for the sake of doing stuff, let's go that way. And since it's really dark, let's use the Nighthawk potion. And voila. Amazing, isn't it? You can also command your dog to seek for you.
I can't see a thing in this darkness. I could tell Tinker to seek. That would be faster.
And then he would lead you.
Let's see what you can sniff out here. Seek.
There's some linen for bandages. Some marigold. Let's get more marigold.
Adam!
Hey!
Heal!
Beszarás! És pont amikor kedvem lett... Hey! Jól van, jössz!
No use begging. I'll give no quarter to filthy, murdering heathens.
Fuck you! Na, hogy a faszban? Elég! Hagyd abba, feladom!
More pet food potion. I'll take this weapon too. I didn't plan to fight those two, but why not? There is more marigold somewhere here. So now let's go up there.
Let's see what you can sniff out here.
Seek.
There is more stuff that he can find. Like this, for example.
Let's seek.
Help me, please.
What can I do to help?
End it. I can't stand the pain.
Wait, I'll get some bandages for you.
I can't go on. Help me, please.
And with that, I have everything needed. At this point, let's take all of them out. And another Nighthawk potion. Isn't that awesome? Some unknown potion here.
Sammy. Sammy, wake up. Sammy. Sammy, wake up. Wake up.
No. Samuel. None of that. You wake up right now. No. No. Please, Sammy, no. No. No, you can't. You can't do this to me. Sammy, please. No. No. No.
All this death. Tinker, what are we going to do? Do you think anyone survived in the village? Maybe at the castle? Tinker, heal! What is it? Did you find something, boy?
Help me, please! Christ! This damn leg!
Holber? What happened? Why are you shouting here? You'll bring those heathens.
I have to get out of here and find the others and warn them.
How did you survive the attack?
I hid at the top of the hill and stayed there until it got dark and the screaming stopped. The whole of Skeleton was in flames.
I know. I saw it too.
I wanted to go to Talmberg to warn them, but when I was climbing down in the dark, I lost my footing and went rolling down like a sack of charcoal. I'm black and blue all over.
You're injured. Can I do anything to help?
Something's wrong with my leg. I twisted it when I fell, and I managed to limp here to this path. But now I'm all done in.
Did you see any other survivors?
I saw a few people in the distance, but I didn't want to risk shouting to them. There were still a lot of enemy soldiers around. You might run into some of our neighbours.
Let me have a look at that leg. Maybe I can manage to set it.
All right. But please, be careful.
It seems you were lucky. It doesn't look like anything's broken. If there was, the skin would be turning blue by now. Keep that leg raised for a while. And when you go, try not to put too much weight on it. Find a branch or a stick to lean on.
All right. Thanks. I reckon I can manage to get up now. But would you help me as far as the road? The going will be easier there.
I'll help you. Lean on me.
manage it from here. But which way should I go?
Go to Tomberg, like the others, and tell them what happened here and to send help.
All right. I won't forget your kindness. But what are you going to do now?
I'll go to the castle to see if anyone survived there.
If you're not afraid to go there, you could look around the small holdings near Skelets or the mineworks. People took cover wherever they could when the raid started. May God watch over you, Teresa.
Okay, so let's start with B.
This is our house. What's left of it. I can't believe it. Such devastation. Why? Pa, if you can see me now, I'm sorry. So sorry. Give my love to Ma. Stibor, you stood up to them. You were always the brave one. I'll come back and bury you in hallowed ground, like you deserve.
There's a human here patrolling. I don't want to kill him until I talk to someone.
Yarmila, what are you doing here? How come you didn't flee like the others?
I can't. There's one of those bastards creeping around out there.
What? Where did you see him? The army has pulled out and moved on.
He must be a deserter. He keeps looking around here for what he can steal. And he looked like he was pretty drunk. You must help me. You've got to get rid of him. Otherwise, I'll die here.
And how am I supposed to get rid of this deserter? Kill him? He's an armed soldier.
You could try lying in wait for him and catching him by surprise. He keeps wandering around here looking for something. Have no mercy on him. He didn't either.
Do you know if anyone else survived?
I don't know, Teresa. They killed William. He tried to run, but they had horses and they...
That's all right, Yarmila. I understand. Pa and Stibor and Sammy. They didn't make it either. I'm left all alone.
Oh, you poor lass. How can God allow such things?
I'm not going to let anyone else die. I'll help you. Just wait here, and I'll come and tell you when it's safe to leave.
All right. Thanks, Teresa. And be careful.
About fleeing. You've nothing to fear. I dealt with that deserter.
Oh, thank God. I thought I'd never get away from here alive. Thanks, Teresa. If you hadn't turned up, I'd be done for sure.
That's all right. Go to Tomberg and tell the people there what's happened. I'll have a look around for other survivors.
Now let's go towards D. I love how this game looks. And the water when it's raining, it's just so good. The nature in this game. Gorgeous.
Don't be afraid, it's me, Manos!
Are you mad, shouting like that?
But I have to find Pavlena. She got lost when we were running in the night.
It's still not safe here. Shouting like that is asking for trouble.
But I have to find her. I can't leave without her. Will you help me?
Where did you see her last?
In the woods here. We were hiding from those demons. I didn't think they'd come here, but when it was getting dark, they found us. They came upon us from behind. I think we surprised them as much as they did us. We started to run and it was horrible. One arrow missed me by a hair. I thought I was done for. I ran and then I found myself alone. I lost those bastards, but Pavlena too. I have to find her.
What was Pavlena wearing?
The same as always. A blue dress, and she had a scarf on her head.
You should keep your voice down. There could still be cutthroats within earshot.
But I've got to find Pavlena. I've got to help her. Pavlena!
Now she is somewhere here.
This must be that Pavlina that Meros was looking for. Dead. I should go and tell him.
Right here on the map.
Pavlina! Where are you? Pavlina!
About Pavlina. What was Pavlina wearing?
The same as always. A blue dress, and she had a scarf on her head.
I think I saw her.
Really? Where?
I'm sorry, but she's dead. They must have caught up with her when they were chasing you.
Oh, no, no, no. My Pavlina. I should never have left her like that. I thought she was right behind me. Jesus, what am I going to do?
You should flee and save yourself at least.
I don't know what to do now. Where can I go?
Go to Tomberg and tell them everything. Sir Divish will send help and then we'll come back and bury our loved ones. I promise.
All right. What about you?
I'll keep looking around for other survivors.
If I had half your courage, Pavlina might still be alive. Oh, God. Take this. Maybe you'll come across someone who needs it. God be with you.
No! No, no! Where is it?
Julian? Is it you? Don't be afraid. It's me, Teresa. Are you all right?
Everywhere. They're everywhere. Where is it? Where is it?
You're one of the woodcutters, aren't you?
Yes. Yes. Cutter. Where is it? Quick! They're everywhere!
Julian, you're not making any sense. Where's what? I don't understand you.
Cutter! Woodcutter! They're everywhere! I need it!
Oh my God. What happened here? Did anyone else survive?
They came. From everywhere, everywhere! Where is it?
How did you survive? You were left here amongst all these bodies?
Everywhere.
You've got to get out of here, Julian. Pull yourself together.
No. They're everywhere. Cutter!
This is hopeless. How am I going to get through to you?
He's asking for his axe.
Everywhere. I have to. Where is it?
Julian, pull yourself together. Here's your axe. That's what you were looking for, right? Now you'll be safe.
Cutter! Yes, my cutter!
Good, Julian. And now, get to Tomberg. The others are already on the way there. Run like the devil and don't look back.
Tomberg! Yes!
fucking door. If only I hadn't lost that damn key.
Master Potter? What in the name of God are you doing here?
I'm trying to get into my goddamn house.
What for? You ought to flee like everyone else.
I've got coin hidden there. I'm not going to just walk off and leave it. Listen, maybe you could help me. I've heard you mill people know how to deal with these kind of things.
What are you implying? That I'm a thief?
Come now, don't play the innocent. We all know your father is no saint. You must have learned some secrets of the trade from him, no?
My father is dead.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, lass. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Why can't you unlock the door? Don't you have the key?
Of course I do. That is, I did, but I lost it. I was bringing firewood from the woods. Just as I got to the footbridge, I saw that huge army. I dropped everything and ran home as fast as I could. I must have dropped that blasted key on the way.
How did you manage to survive?
I hid out on top of the haystack until morning. Those heathens were sniffing around, but something disturbed them and they ran to the village.
It's still not safe here. Coin is no use to a dead man. You ought to flee to Tomberg while you can.
And leave my life savings to pillagers and footpads? Not a chance.
Where do you think you might have dropped the key?
I'm not sure. It must have been somewhere along the path from the woods. After I passed the footbridge. I was carrying firewood when the raid started. I dropped everything and ran. The key must have fallen on the way.
All right. I'll try and get that coin for you, but I can't promise anything. Where is it hidden?
This damn door is as solid as a rock. All right. Once you get inside, go to the pantry on the left. There's a sack of apples in there, and the purse is hidden right at the bottom of it. Get it and bring it to me. Meanwhile, I'll keep watch here.
So I can lockpick right away?
Fuck it. I won't budge.
Or let's go find that key.
This could be the key the Potter lost. I'm back. I have to go. My, there really is a purse full of groschen here, and a pretty heavy one too.
We'll see about that. Show me everything you have.
Oh, I swear I don't have anything.
Cut the horseshit. Strip off and shake out those clothes. And if I don't hear the jingle of coin, there'll be hell to pay.
For God's sake! Isn't it enough that we have foreign cutthroats descended on us without being robbed by our own people?
Shut the fuck up and get on with it. I ain't your people.
What have I ever done to anyone? Mother of God, have mercy on me.
I'm telling you for the last time, cough up the coin or suffer the consequences.
And I'm telling you for the last time. I don't fucking have any. And even if I had, I'd rather die than give it to a piece of shit like you.
I've had enough of you, you scum. I warned you. Now you're for it.
What in God's name is going on here? What kind of man are you to rob poor souls who have already lost everything to those devils?
Shut up and keep your high and mighty preaching to yourself. Hand over the coin or I'll cut you down, both of you.
I'm telling you, I've already been robbed of everything. Tell him, Teresa. We've nothing left but our lives.
You won't even have that much if I find out you're lying to me.
But we really don't have any money.
You don't, eh? What were you looking for in that house, then?
I was getting some supplies for the road. We have to flee to Tomberg before those cutthroats come back. You'd be wise to vanish too.
What the fuck? They're coming back? All right. No point in wasting time with beggars like you. I'll leave you be, but you better not cross my path.
Sick. My God Almighty. With all the horror that's going on, he wouldn't have thought twice about killing us on account of money.
People can be swine. They see a corpse and come swooping down like carrion crows. You shouldn't feel bad about it. He got what he deserved.
Take the money. Take it and go to Tomberg. Warn them there and tell them to send help. I'll have a look around the village for survivors.
I'll do that. Take care of yourself, Teresa.
And now the main quest.
Tinker, no. Come here.
Fuck off! Go on, go on, go on, go! Fuck's sake! I'm rushing to find this fucking place.
Right, you whole sons. I've had just about enough of you.
Hey, go fuckers!
That's, I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. You've been through it yourself. I know you understand.
There's something else I'd like to ask. Remember how we were sword fighting together? The next morning, Ma scolded me on account of that scratch on my hand.
Oh, dear. Sorry about that.
That's all water under the bridge now. I never told her it was you who did it. I just wish you could have covered my back too. She was angry that I was at sword training instead of working in the forge, and she said you told her.
So all of this here now is Henry reacting to Teresa's choices and what happened in the DLC.
Your pa and Stibor were really stealing from the royal mines. Jesus. I don't think even Fritz and Matthew would take that kind of chance. And there's not much that pair won't do for an easy groschen.
Yeah. In a way, I can understand that Pa did it for us, but it was really irresponsible. You won't tell anyone, will you?
I won't, I promise. So what happened to the silver?
Pa handed it over, as always, to that slimy fellow, and he took it away. What happened to it then, I don't know.
Your pa really wanted to marry you off to Master Tobias?
Yes. Can you believe it?
And have you spoken to Master Fayfar since the raid?
I haven't. Either he's lost interest, or he's forgotten about me. Not that I'm complaining. Uncle Peshek would be happy to marry me off too, especially if there was something in it for him. I'm glad that's in the past.
Aye, I don't blame you. So Johanka and Matthias finally got together. Well, if it hadn't been for everything that happened afterwards, who knows? They could be headed for the altar. Probably just as well you didn't play along with Johanka's harebrained scheme and found a better solution. Matthias would have had a fit if he'd lost his favourite dice. Bianca told me something about your little expedition to the woods. You really ran into a wolf. I thought Bianca must have been imagining things.
Not exactly. It was actually a wild dog, but Pa used to say those are even worse than wolves.
It's a good thing you were there with Bianca. Bianca told me something. She was flaunting that ring all day. I was worried for a while that she had some other suitor who gave it to her.
No. Unless you can count a magpie.
Going back to help the survivors. That was very brave of you. When I went back to Skalitz, I met no one but footpads and cutthroats. If you hadn't come along, I doubt I'd be here to tell the tale.
You know what our parish priest always used to say? Without Christian charity, we'd all soon be dead. I couldn't just leave you all to your fate, could I? Any good Christian would have done the same.
Well, I'm not so sure. Not everyone has your courage. Did you go back to Skalitz again? To bury your pa and your brothers?
Yes. Along with some more of our neighbours. We had an escort from the retired garrison, with Sir Hanish's kind permission.
Where are they buried?
Sammy's buried near the mines. He didn't like the mines. But his grave is on the hill, where I used to meet him for lunch. He loved it there. I know it's not consecrated ground. But what could I do?
God will understand. I buried Ma and Pa under the linden tree by our house. It's what they would have wanted.
Yes. Father and Stibor are buried in the churchyard in Rovna.
Once things settle, we'll be able to go back and pay our respects. And get the priest to bless their graves. I have no more questions. Thank you for telling me about everything, Teresa. I know it isn't easy to talk about.
It helped to talk to someone who knows what it's like. Thank you. I'm glad you came out of it in one piece.
Yeah, so am I. And I'm glad you did too.
By the way, Henry, I have something for you. The soldiers gave it to me when we brought you from Skalitz. I meant to give it to you earlier, but, you know, it belonged to one of the Skalitz garrison. They wanted me to have it for being brave, but I hope I'll never have use for such a thing.
Oh? How come? What is it?
It's a shield with the Skalit's crest. I'd like you to have it, to protect you, and as a keepsake from home.
Sure. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks for everything.
And now back to the main game. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.